I put out an album, or every time I'm about to release an album, for some strange reason, man, I always lose somebody close to me. It was my pops, it was Jams, my sister. Like, I always lose somebody close to me. You know, feel like, you know, some crazy, like, jinxes, without being superstitious or just paranoid. Like, take a toll, like it's.
You see, when ASAP Rocky first came out, this was around like 2011, 2012. He was he was someone who was aligned with Drake. Like Drake had took him on tour, him and Kendrick Lamar. And Drake, someone who's like a chosen one in the entertainment industry, pretty much took him under his wing and taught him certain things, initiated him. And it's funny because Kendrick Lamar, he touched on this on a song called Buried Alive, which I'm actually going to get into in another video in regards to the initiation aspect of Kendrick Lamar and Drake and the whole esoteric, front. But ASAP Rocky, he first came out 2011. He was on tour with Drake, and he was taught a lot of things in regards to the orders and the elements of the entertainment industry, just when it comes to the esoteric element and the Luciferian element. And I talked about the color codes in regards to the black and the yellow, or the black, white, and red, or the orange. And when you see certain celebrities, when they wear a yellow top with all black, it's letting you know that they're teachers. He's someone who went through the paces from 2011. 2011 is the year that you enter in between the 10 pillars. You become a Mason throughout the pace. And that's what ASAP Rocky is. ASAP Rocky is a Mason. He definitely is a Mason, and there's proof to that. But I just want to touch on a few things in regards to certain people he was aligned with, in regards to like ASAP Mob and whatnot, ASAP Yams, The Sacrifice. He even talked about how every time he would release an album, someone would die. And we already understand that order in regards to someone you're close to, and you have to commit a blood sacrifice because of their God that they worship, that being Molech, the god of sacrifice. Even Nicki Minaj touched on it, which we're going to get into a little later in the video. But ASAP Rocky is someone who is a big time witch in the entertainment industry. He's aligned with Rihanna for a reason. It's not just some regular happenstance shit. These people, they get aligned and paired for a reason. And most of it is because of the esoteric element and the Luciferian element. Rihanna is a witch. Her stage name is from the pagan goddess known as Rhiannon, also known as Epona, the horse goddess. That's what she's aligned with. And she is a major teacher in the entertainment industry. And ASAP Rocky is one of the people that worship her, literally. He plays the role of that divine feminine worship type of archetype, like Steph Curry and his wife, so on and so forth. That's what ASAP Rocky plays. She pretty much wears the pants in a relationship. But you see Ian Connor right here, Ian Connor playing the role of the apprentice to ASAP Rocky. He was someone who even says that he looked up to ASAP Rocky. And ASAP Rocky and him, they had like a strange relationship just in regards to, years ago when he came in the entertainment industry, talking about Ian Connor. And just that whole relationship in regards to like him playing this teacher figure to ASAP, to Ian Connor in the entertainment industry. But you can tell that there's more than meets the eye when it comes to the surface level, because you see these numbers of the number 33 and the elements. You see the colors that I talked about, and then the alignments, like ASAP Rocky being aligned with this woman. I forget her name. I think her last name is Mani or something like that. But she's a fashion designer or something like that. But she's into witchcraft and, all these different rituals that she partakes in. Just letting you know that, even though on the surface it may look like, oh, she's just a witch and whatnot, that's something that they want you to just look at her for, in regards to, oh, that's just something that she does. They don't want you to put it in proper context or perspective about ASAP Rocky's alignment with her. It's the same thing with the woman, Abrina Abramovich, like people like that. Those type of overt Luciferians, like a Marilyn Manson. You align yourself with them, they're telling you that, they want to learn. They want to know what it takes to be in certain levels, because those people are the people that they have to, point to. Those are point people in the entertainment industry because of the level that they at. It's like you have to go to them in order for you to, get proper placements. Cameron, he was someone who, was aligned with Marilyn Manson, DMX, Kanye West, so on and so forth. because they're big time teachers in the entertainment industry. You know, those are like gateways. Those people are gateways. That's what they represent. So ASAP Rocky is just someone who was learning through certain people in the entertainment industry based off of their status. It's the reason why, you know, in the beginning of his career, he was able to, you know, have a video featuring Rihanna and not even get on the song Rihanna, just a video where Rihanna was featured. It was a predictive programming element to that because of the pairing between A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. And then you have the whole Drake element to it. But it's all for stage. It's not real when it comes to like the beef. It's all bullshit. It's all for show. It's all for stage. It's all for people to consume and just eat up. These motherfuckers sleep with each other. They're pansexuals, man. Like, it's not a thing of, oh, A$AP Rocky was with Drake baby mom first and he had her first. And they all sleep with each other. They fuck each other. They're pansexual. They just got to put on a front to you people to consume the bullshit. When I say bullshit, I'm talking about the surface level lies or the surface level half truth. You know, that's for the useless eaters to consume. But the ones who are astute and understand what it is, like you can pretty much put two and two together when you come across a story about like Isaiah Rashad talking about how he's sexually fluid, and the reason why he had to explain that he's sexually fluid because of a video where he was sucking some white man's penis. But the average person will just look at that and say, oh, you know, he's justifying it and saying he's just sexually fluid, pretty much saying he's bi. No, he's telling you he's a pansexual. If you're gonna say sexually fluid, then just say you're bi. What does sexually fluid mean? It means that you willing to do anything sexually. You willing to have sex with anything. That's what they partake in. Pansexuality, the most sinister things that one would be astonished by. One wouldn't even imagine. See, when your man A$AP Rocky first arrived on the scene, he was letting you know what he was willing to be a part of. He first came on the scene with guys like Drake and 2 Chainz and Kendrick. You don't just come on the scene and align yourself with those people unless you've done something behind the scenes. And also, like, you see him throwing this up. You see him throwing the horns up. We already know what the horns represent. And most of these rappers and celebrities, entertainers, they're programmed to throw this up. They throw this up subconsciously most of the time. They don't even just do it on something. Let me just throw it up. Most of these celebrities are programmed to throw it up. I know this for a fact because I follow certain celebrities from when they were just, you know, at a certain status to where they at now. And it's been a change, and you see the change, including certain hand signs and certain colors and, you know, certain, how you say, rituals or humiliation rituals per se. Like you'll see like a certain rapper that you follow from their beginning, then you see them putting on a kilt for a certain reason, for a certain humiliation ritual on a surface that's based in, oh, is he gay or this and that? But it's more so about them being gods. And that's a whole deeper understanding, but that's what it's about. But yeah, man, A$AP Rocky is someone who is a Luciferian, a big time Mason, not just throwing this all on them. It's just the truth. It is what it is. So Ian Connor writes this about A$AP Rocky: killing your mans for self-gain ain't trill. And somebody replied, somebody named Preem, I guess, playing with your dead man's name to get at Rocky ain't trill. Well, it's not like he necessarily defended what he said about, you know, self-gain and whatnot. It's not like this person, Preem, is defending the quote-unquote sacrifice accusation. That's pretty much what I'm saying. And we already understand, if you guys are aware of the entertainment industry and what it's really about, that yes, A$AP Rocky did sacrifice Yams, as well as other people that was close to him, you know, just for him to get at the level he's at. Just think about the pattern. As I said, with the albums, like, it's so easy, it's so blatant, you know? And there's other accounts of these things happening with other celebrities, as we already know. So this is just another example of it, you know, just to remind us what world it's in, I guess, because it's no other way to put it when it comes to proving it. You see it time and time and time and time and time again. Rocky killed Yams. I don't even care no more. It is what it is. Yes, ASAP Rocky was someone who was close to ASAP Yams. ASAP Yams was someone who was an executive in the ASAP mob. And we already understand when somebody's close to you, you already know what they represent. Especially if you're someone who wants to get at a level that ASAP Rocky is at, that's what you have to do. ASAP Rocky is a well-known, famous celebrity, famous rapper who's pretty much big. Pause. When I say big, I'm just talking about in regards to his name, his fame, his worth as an asset. Like, he's aligned with Rihanna and all these things. You don't get to a level like that unless you're, willing to compromise yourself. And that's what he did when it comes to, the sacrifice with, Yams, as well as his father. When his father died, I think his first album came out after that. And then that's when ASAP Yams died. Then the second album came. And then the third album came before or after his sister died. So it's just like, it just let you know what type of time ASAP Rocky is on. And these people, they got to play coy on TV and say, man, it's just crazy. I don't know how these things just keep happening before my album. Every album come out. Every time I drop an album, somebody just die. Yeah. Why is that? And why is it happening before every album? That's almost like him letting you know what it is without him letting you know. You get it? Because they don't, like, rappers don't even touch on it in that way. It just happens. Sometimes you'll see something like that where they'll actually go into a pattern of something that has to do with something that you'll be shocked by them even talking about it. Like, but it's not like he really went into it. He just said, it's just crazy. It's like a coincidence that these things happen before my album. But then you got to put two and together. We already know what it is. We already know what that's an allusion to, right? And mind you, it's always before something big that happens with a celebrity. So, an album dropping is like a big thing. So that's why these things happen. It's like quid pro quo. This for that. Spade. Jay-Z even talked about it on Run This Town. A song that alludes to Luciferian takeover, It says, Ian Connor makes light of his 33rd allegation on his 33rd birthday. Makes light. This is on purpose, brothers. The way this is worded is very, very much on purpose. Ian Connor makes light of his 33 allegations on his 33rd birthday. So we know that the number 33 represents enlightenment in the Luciferian understanding, the esoteric circles, it represents enlightenment. So all this shit is just based off of something that's more than meets the eye, And 33 plus 33 is also 66, and we know what 66 represents. And you look what he's throwing up. It's like, yo, this world is so blatant with the Luciferianism, and people just don't understand. You know what? My problem is I got to stop worrying about people's inability to understand. It's just the reason why I kind of harp on it is because it's like, it's so easy to see. How they trying to highlight the number 33 so purposefully? That's the objective. This is all programming. This is all esoteric, man. Ian kind of had a massive fallout with his ASAP collaborators and more industry peers in the 2010s. Wounds that still haven't healed. Many folks have assumed that this is due to the various sexual assault and rape allegations against him, which reportedly rose to 33 in 2020. Around 2020, number 33 was prominent because that was a renewal of enlightenment. That was a renewal of enlightenment in regards to the understanding of the corona and what the virus was really about esoterically, as well as just, what revolved around certain revelations that came out. And then also the misinformation aspect. There was so many different changes, especially the esoteric aspect with enlightenment and, certain celebrities wearing orange caps and whatnot. That's what that was. The fashion designer and stylist trolled his fans and haters back then, and it seemed like he's still in that spirit. This right here is ASAP Rocky's second album, At Long Last ASAP, which was a tribute to ASAP Yams. ASAP Yams was a sacrifice for this album. And it represents pretty much alchemical cannibalism, where like you eat the person and you take on their essence. This is why you see the birthmark on A$AP Rocky, which was on A$AP Yams. It represents him taking on the essence of A$AP Yams, the embodiment. It's almost like body swapping or spirit cooking. And, one of the high priests that I talked about, I mentioned the high priests and high priestesses in regards to like prominent figures on the esoteric level, on the occultic level. A woman named, I think, Mariana Abramovich, high priestess in the entertainment industry, a point person, a person that people learn from, like a Jay-Z, Kanye West. They learn from her. As well as a woman named Michelle or something like that, Michelle Lammy. He is associated with Mr. Michelle Lammy, A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky is like a muse for Michelle Lammy because she's a high priestess, a high shaman in the entertainment industry, Miss Michelle Lammy. She is a high shaman, a high sorcerer in the entertainment industry, a high level sorcerer. And he's associated with her, and he downplays his association with her because, they understand how things look. Just in regards to the average person who may see a person like a Michelle Lammy, even the average person could see that this person is wicked or this person is in some sort of occult, just looking at her. We're going to get more into the Michelle Lammy aspect. We're just going into this. This represents alchemical cannibalism, or taking on the essence of another person. When you eat the flesh or you eat that person, almost like spirit cooking. Obviously, A$AP Rocky didn't necessarily eat A$AP Yams, but this is the conveyance of, what they venerate in the entertainment industry. Like, when you look at things like this is something this is like a signal to let you know what it really is in the entertainment industry. Nicki Minaj, they tell you what it's about. They constantly tell us. And it's kind of like creepy just looking at the image here, Nicki Minaj, this is what Nicki says. And all she's doing is proving my point about my videos and what I say in my videos. Your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of a blood sacrifice to their God. And all Nicki Minaj is a whistleblower. She does it too. She's in the entertainment industry. But she's allowed to say this because of what? She's a whistleblower. She's controlled opposition. They just going to reprogram her. That's all they're going to do. This is what they do to celebrities who come out and whistleblow and tell you the truth about what it is in the entertainment industry, but they're called crazy all the time. Some of you, I'm sure you guys are aware of the spiritual aspect of this world and the fact that we living in these last days where things are becoming more revealed to us. So this is like, you got to get to a point where you're like, I'm not even surprised by none of this stuff. You just can't be surprised by any of this stuff. It's a cycle of revelations. It's a cycle of reminding you the vibration of this world. Because you have so many naysayers out here who can be told these things and they'll still be like, whatever, and live their life without changing their perspective on things. You got to take away the idolatry, take away the attachments, and just understand the world that you live in. If you got a person that's in the industry like Nicki Minaj tell you these things, you should listen and take heed to it. Take it seriously. This is not just something. Especially if you have a reoccurring theme of this, where you have these celebrities who make these revelations and these claims, even though it's not necessarily claims, it's the truth. You have the situation with Jay-Z's name being on the Epstein files. There was a situation years ago where Jay-Z covered up accusations about him, molesting some woman or something like that. They covered it up. Rock Nation protected him. It's like, all this does is remind you what world we in and why we are in these last days. These things have to happen. I'm telling you, you're going to get to a point where you're going to know about this world. You're going to know about these celebrities, whether you like it or not. You're going to be told the truth about it. And it's going to force you to pick a side. And I'm talking spiritually. You're going to be on the wicked side. You're going to be on the righteous side. These things are letting you know what world we live in. It should remind you that there is a dark side in this world. And there is a right side. There is a light side. You want to pick the dark side or the damn light side, man. The reason why I'm emphasizing this is because of the fact that you're seeing these things. It's not just because. Just think about the world that you're living in. Think about these things that's before you. Think about all these revelations that's coming to you just in regards to, news about Nicki Minaj and her tweets. Or something similar like a music video telling you something. It's just to remind you and help you understand what time it is. It's very, very important for us to understand what time it is. And notice how she emphasized their God, let you know that we don't worship the Most High in this society. When I say we, I'm talking from her perspective. Like when they say God, they're not talking about the Heavenly Father. They worship the God of sacrifice. So when she says their God, she wants you to look up who their God is. Look up the God of child sacrifice. You understand who she's talking about. We understand who the God of the child sacrifice is. She's also letting you know, you see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. Yes, man, this is what they worship in the entertainment industry. They all satanic. So we know the God of sacrifice is Molech. The God of child sacrifice is Molech. It's another reason why they push abortion so hard. All abortion is a thinly veiled, veneration of Molech. The reason why they're so pro-abortion in this world is because they worship Molech in this society in the upper levels. If we lived in a righteous society, there wouldn't be no abortion. There wouldn't be any of these things. The reason why you have these allowances, for lack of a better term, like the reason why you see all these things that's allowed in regards to what we know is right in the eyes of the Lord is because we live in a world that's contrary to the Heavenly Father, and they worship these things that's contrary to the Heavenly Father. It's the same reason why you read James 4:4. It tells you not to be of this world. If it's telling you not to be of this world, then you know that everything that's of this is against what the Most High is about. Or, just the understanding of the Most High in general. Everything that comes with the Most High, everything that comes with righteousness. You understand that. Just the fact that he's telling you, hey, listen, don't be of any of this stuff. Because what consists of this world is wickedness, it's evil, it's iniquity, subterfuge, deception, lies. And all these people eat this stuff up when it comes to just the whole phenomena of celebrity. Now, some people, they're waking up, they understand that Santa Claus ain't real, if you get what I mean. But y'all got to understand, man, put things in proper perspective when it comes to these people. And I'm saying this because, and this is what I probably got to stop doing, but I look online, I see these comments, and it's just idolatry. But then again, I have to realize, hey, I forget, we're in these last days, so you're going to see these things. You're going to see people say, hey, that's my GOAT. He can do no wrong. There hasn't been any news story about him. You see, like, these people be so gullible. I'm just repeating what I saw in the comment. These people be so gullible. It's like, bro, you don't know these people. Because I remember I had replied to that. And I just did it on the strength of just me being so intrigued to reply, because it's like, yo, these people are so far gone when it comes to what they don't know about what they are fans of, They so lost. They can't even be objective. I get it, like, you're a fan, so you're an idolater. But you can't even be objective, at least. Oh, this is my GOAT. He's done nothing wrong. This right here is Miss Michelle Lammy. She is one who is a high priestess in the entertainment industry and fashion design. She's known as like a fashion icon, like a gothic icon or whatever. She has said or stated that, she don't believe in God. She don't believe in a concept or idea of God or the Most High. She believes that faith shall lie in the person as far as like DNA and, human beings. She's a nihilist. She's a sorcerer. She, upholds the tenets of Aleister Crowley and Thelema, do what thou wilt, as you can see with this image here and what she represents. the occultic aspect. And I bet she practices spirit cooking. She's one of the high priests in the entertainment industry. You know, she's someone who's definitely a witch, definitely a sorceress. And, you know, if you look at other images of her, interviews and what have you, you can tell, like, you know, you can tell she's a part of that. It's obvious, you know.
Is hip hop misunderstanding her?
Who, Michelle Lemmy? I can't justify the dark shit, weird shit she do. I think she don't think they misunderstanding it. Like, do she worship the devil? I wouldn't know because she don't do none of that shit around me. But they do have iconography and imagery that looks like it's very, you know,
Like their new ad campaign joint with the kissing.
But they gay. Rick Owens gay.
Yeah, but I don't think it's just a gay thing. It's the imagery.
It's dark, bro.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
justify
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Look, I can't justify that shit. Yo, bro, we talking about gay Europeans. Like, we won't understand that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But that's them. I love the fact that I'm comfortable in those rooms. Like, you know, it ain't no spells being casted when I'm around. But I can't justify, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't doing no rituals. Like, she just taught me about art. She took me to Freeze Art Fair. She shot my album cover, and she gave me a nice diamond ring to, you know, do the album cover, the one called At Long Last, ASAP. You know what I'm saying? She creative directed a lot of stuff for me, and I'm gonna forever love that lady.
As you can see with the album that he's talking about, At Long Last, ASAP, excuse me. And we went over it just in regards to the understanding of alchemical cannibalism. And you see the inspiration. Miss Michelle Lammy, ASAP Rocky pretty much going into some revelatory aspects about her. But, you know, he's just playing coy. He's someone who's a part of it. And, you know, this album came out around the time, as we said, ASAP Yams was sacrificed. So we already know his alignment with her. Not saying that it had a lot to do with it, but, you know, you put everything all together, you understand, as far as just alignments and whatnot. Everything all comes together.